different. Some of the things I suppose I should highlight from the start is our launch is very different to any other launch I've ever seen. Sorry, that sounds a bit obnoxious, but if you see something that's very similar, please prove me wrong. And I'll highlight the mechanics first. So our mechanics are different in the sense that, well, we're aiming to be cross-chain, which is lots of people are trying to do. We also have a lot of focus on the being a treasury of treasuries, reserve of reserves. And a big thing that we have that's different is we have these custom-made NFTs of gods that if you do purchase them, they give you different staking and bonding boosts, which no one has ever done before. And we also have plans that differentiate us a little bit. I suppose that's kind of a good rough overview of what we're all about, but feel free to ask me more questions or we'll dive deep into certain aspects of our protocol.
No, sounds great. Sounds great. Yeah, I do have some questions regarding the NFTs that I do want to get to because I have seen them and they are absolutely gorgeous. So just kind of they're pretty awesome. So kind of real quick, in a nutshell, what is Divine Creatures?
Divine Creatures is a protocol that aims to integrate as much as it is physically possible without killing ourselves and without killing the community of DeFi and crypto functionality. And we also have the ethos of cultural preservation and cosmopolitan integration. To put it simply, we want as many features that are out there as possible integrated in a very simple fashion, and we want our community to be as diverse and as spread out as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
So in terms of the protocol itself, what do you want to hear first, the launch or what we're doing?
So I guess the big thing is we're just kind of I mean, we've got some various different questions, but so I guess we could go into the launch and then kind of looking to see for the audience is what sets Divine Creatures apart from the others that have kind of come before you.
Right. So I suppose what is important to the user is we are technologically more advanced. So what we have done, it took us quite a bit of time to launch because my development team has came up with an idea that not many people thought of is, well, we have all these Olympus forks, but how are they really different to each other in terms of their protocol? Or what do I mean? Is it just people copy-pasting the code that Olympus and Wonderland wrote and then slightly tweaking it? Or do they take the idea and then they optimize it or rewrite it differently? Do you want to guess which one it is?
I'm going to go with the latter half.
Yes. So we looked at literally dozens of forks code. Not a single one of them is different to Olympus or Wonderland. It's literally copy-paste of the code. So what my development team did is they said, hey, we know what it does mathematically. How about we do it, but better? And that's what we did. We have 1/3 of the initial contracts that Wonderland has, so our code is a lot simpler. It's also a lot more elegant. It's a lot faster. We removed half the dependencies in terms of libraries that they have. We've upgraded to Solidity 8, first home fork to do so. And this, taking it completely apart and then rebuilding it approach, allowed us to integrate a lot of new features, including the NFT staking and bonding boost that I mentioned earlier. Because actually it's impossible to integrate NFT staking and bonding boost with the old code. Like, we looked at it. Like, it is impossible. You have to rewrite new protocol, which we did. So I suppose that's a strong differentiator at the very, very basic level. And now if we go to the business side of things, so the idea of what we're doing with the Treasury, so first of all, we want to accumulate as much of other forks other treasury coins as possible in our treasury. The reason we want to do it is two things. There will be different winners and losers from this whole market idea of create a coin that preserves purchasing power despite any volatility. And so if you take the average of all of them, if your portfolio is sufficiently diverse, you essentially capture it to a truer level, because at any given point, a certain treasury protocol is doing more things than the other one. So they, I don't know, pump up a little bit in price compared to the other ones. So they're not truly preserving their purchasing power parity. But there was an economics paper published a few years ago that says that if your portfolio is like around 25 things in it, you capture all of the volatility of the market. Like your portfolio in crypto should or in anything, in bonds, in in stocks, whatever. Not giving financial advice. I can send you the paper, but the idea is if you hold more than 25, it's pointless. 25 is more than sufficient to capture all of the volatility. And that's what we want to do. We want to capture maybe not 25, but maybe 10, at least 5 biggest ones in our treasury. That means our treasury will be growing with the rest of them. And that's our next basic idea. What this allows us to do, this allows us to negotiate with big other protocols, to potentially work with them to develop a DEX that we sort of came up with, and we started building the code for it. It's nowhere near being ready. Don't expect it for several months, but it's pretty cool. The idea is it's probably going to be a vault or manual DEX. Like, we're debating it internally, and we also sort of asking community, so you guys' feedback would be interesting as well. What do you guys want to see? The idea is we put all of the reserve protocols, they have rebases happening at different points in time, right? For example, our rebase can be at 11 a.m. I don't know, Wonderland can be at 1 p.m. Olympus is at 3 p.m. or whatever, and they happen within every 8 hours. And within 8-hour window, you can have 6 rebases happening, or 5 or whatever, however many protocols you select. And this allows you, if you swap and then stake, receive the rebase, unstake, swap, go this and do this through 5 coins, you essentially receive 6-7 rebases in the space of 1 rebase. So instead of 1% or 0.5% reward, whatever it is that the protocol has, you can actually get it to 10% in a single cycle, right? So per day it becomes like 10%, which is bigger than 2%, which one protocol gives you. And we want to build the functionality that enables user to do it in the most simple way, rather than do it manually or try to write your own bot that does it, things like that. So that's what we're trying to do, essentially. And we're trying to negotiate with people to give us liquidity. Well, community hopefully can give us liquidity. We'll create a separate bond that allows you to fund the liquidity in this sort of automatic DEX, restaker, accumulator, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, because the idea is if everybody bonds and everybody uses the exchange while also staking, while also bonding in our protocol, it sort of becomes this 5-5 strategy where you win a lot more, and the protocol wins a lot more, and everybody in the community wins more than if you had been doing only one or some of those things.
So talk to us more about the 5-5 strategy.
Yeah, so did you more or less get the idea of the DEX, right? What the user experiences in terms of restaking, rebasing, doing it, cycling?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I hope everybody in the community did as well. So the problem there becomes is that you need a lot of liquidity for it, right? If you don't have liquidity, you can't exchange it. And Spirit Swap or Spooky Swap or whatever exchange you use, they will have tons of liquidity, but their fees will be too high if you start doing it continuously. Like it will not be worth your time. So what you can do instead is you have our protocol, which fees will be slightly lower, but it will be just about right, so that you can have a higher sort of profit margin on each exchange than if you had just swapped it. And that's what the user will experience. What we will do is we will fund it using our treasury initially, but then we will hopefully have a very highly discounted exchange bond. An exchange bond, you sacrifice your token, and most of what's in that you sacrificed, let's say 80%, will go to liquidity. The rest will go to the treasury or we're still playing with the numbers, how best to do it, but let's keep it as this example for now. And then that's what funds liquidity. The fees that are collected upon exchange, they will also feed the treasury, and this in turn also feeds back the liquidity. So we'll get some money from it. I mean, we as the protocol, and the user gets some of it back, right? So it's like the more you use it, the more it also grows. But it needs additional boost in the form of exchange bond. And so there's these four things that you should do to make sure that the protocol grows, and that we'll be doing to make sure the protocol grows. It's stake, bond, exchange, bond exchange. Those four things, that gives you 5 points. And if we do the same, that also gives us 5 points, and that's it, 5-5 strategy.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Level. Good.
Okay, and interesting. Yeah, it's the because I know most of us are very familiar with 3-3, 4-4ing has become very popular. So
so I don't really get 4-4. I don't know about you, but 4-4 is not really that different. If you just honestly, like, it doesn't give you that much of a higher return if you just do it manually, like
right. Yeah,
every
it's
couple.
Basically, it's the easy way to not have to go ahead and claim your rebases after you've bonded. So it's kind of the easy way to do it. I'm with you on that. It became a little popular, so I'm glad you're kind of bringing a new element to the game theory of 5-5.
Yeah, because, I mean, in my opinion, 4-4 is not really 4-4. It's more like 3+3+.
Right.
It's not a truly new element, if you know what I mean. It's still a 5-day bond. Like the ROI is not that much different, and the mechanic is also not that much different. Sorry, I don't mean to rain on somebody's parade. I don't think it deserves being called a 4-4.
Yeah, no,
but that's my
totally. Opinion. That's fine. So I tell you what, let's do this real quick. I know we've got some more questions. We've got a lot of questions there in our text chat as well that I do want to get to as well. But I thought this might be a good. Let's break it up a little bit. I know we've got a pizza party, and this is kind of your brainchild. So maybe explain the pizza party to us real quick, and let's dive into maybe the first pizza award.
Yes. So some people give out white lists only. What we do sometimes is, and some people only give out money. We're not opposed to that. In fact, we do both of those things. But it's just, I suggest the money you get from us tonight, you don't do it. You don't buy a coin. Don't do anything. You just buy a pizza for yourself and think about us, and just chat in our community when you buy pizza. Maybe go to other people and also, I don't know. Just get together. Maybe you get on a group call or text message and talk about memes or whatever you want to do. Just eat the pizza with the money that we give you, and think about us. That's the best you can do. I promise I'll have a pizza dinner with myself tonight. So the first pizza award, I'm gonna just pick more or less randomly from the people I see in the audience. Is that okay?
That's perfectly great. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll give it to Pav, the astronaut avatar you see there's with it's like blue helmet with pink outfit. It's gonna be Pav that gets the first pizza.
Got it.
Are you happy about that?
Yes, perfect. We will make sure we collect the information. And so, Pav, we will be hooking you up with some prize for the first pizza award. So, congrats on that. Awesome. Well, let's head into the security precautions. So, what type of precautions are you and your team taking to alleviate user concerns such as KYC, review of the code, possibly before pre-sale even kicks in, and even multi-sig?
Okay. So we're not doing KYC. We're not asking for like a review from official security companies. I'll explain in a second why we're not doing this. And hopefully you listen to my words quite wisely. But what we are doing instead, we have a multi-sig. On the multi-sig, we have 4 people, 2 from the team, 2 outsiders. One of the outsiders is his Twitter tag is Crypto the Twiler. I hope I pronounced it correct. Theo. He goes by Theo. He's from County Capital Venture Capital firm. And the second multi-sig is the CEO or the lead. I don't know if he's publicly doxed or she. This person is the lead of Spirit Swap. They're on our multi-sig, and it's going to be a 3-vote consensus. So 3 people out of 4 need to agree with the transaction to pass it through. The reason it's 3 and not all 4 is that somebody may lose a wallet, and if they lose a wallet, that's it. Game over. We have no control of the protocol. So that's what we're doing as a multi-sig. So the control will be shared with public people who have developed protocols, helped build other protocols. They are known to be reliable and secure people. The reason we're not doing KYC is it's a complete waste of money. I hope the community listens to me. I can, off the top of my head, name several projects where the project team did the KYC and then they rug pulled or did something where they scammed the community. In fact, in my experience, and there's plenty of projects who did not do KYC completely on, but the resulting project was completely honest. In my opinion, you're more likely to experience a rug pull if you see that the project has purchased some kind of KYC and purchased some kind of doc review without having a multi-sig. I honestly do not believe it helps in any waste of money. It's expensive. I do not like the companies that do it because I've never seen any repercussions taken against them. Like I don't know. There's plenty of examples. There must be like hundreds of even if you don't go into the big protocols where there were bugs or security issues where they've stolen billions of money. Like even if you go to smaller ones where the order magnitude is like 5 to 10 million of stolen money, no repercussions have been seen for so many of those, despite them having done KYC. So I'd say if you're listening and you're not that experienced in the crypto, do not fall for this fact that if the team has done KYC, that means the project is reliable. It's not. It does not guarantee any more safety. So this is why we're not doing it. Because it'll just eat all of our marketing budget.
Okay. Do you guys have any plans for review of your code prior to launch?
Yeah, so we are talking actually to Indiza from your team. It's not a review in the sense that it will be a firm that says, hey, this protocol is secure. We want it to be an actual dev who has had hands-on experience with OnForex, who can actually say, after reading our code, hey, these guys have actually done a hell of a lot of work in terms of modifying the project in a way that nobody actually expected them to. And we are negotiating with Indiza. I've sent her the code. She hasn't replied to me back how much it's going to cost. We're waiting from her. Him. Is it him or her?
Him.
Him. Indiza hasn't replied to me. Yeah, I'm waiting. So yeah, we'll see. Also, just to warn the community, we're not publishing the GitHub of our protocol until a couple days before the launch. The reason we're not doing it is because we're afraid somebody will copy our code and will do a stealth launch with our code because it's so good. We honestly, one of my devs said, honestly, if enough people see the code, they will stop copying Wonderland Olympus. They'll start copying us. That's not my words. That's the words of the person who led the development of it. Let's hope it happens. I don't mind sharing the code. I just mind sharing before we can use it.
Oh, fair enough. All right, I'm going to actually let's take some questions from our chat. And
yeah, I like that.
Let's just see what the community is thinking. So Max3518 asks, what is your strategy to expand your partnership activities? Do you have any plans on taking it to the next level and partner with different projects on different chains?
Right. Short answer is yes. We are negotiating with several protocols at the moment. Until the negotiations are over, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm going to say the categories of projects that we're negotiating with. One of them is other big OnForex that have attracted a lot of users. What we're negotiating with them is mutual bonds for each other and mutual partnerships, etc. Because we think like if both of us wins, it's better than only one of us wins, and we can both win in it. If we sort of share information between each other, help each other with marketing, community, blah blah blah. We're also negotiating with a launchpad slash venture capital to possibly, we do not know yet. We are finalizing the numbers to think about how it's going to go. Possibly inject some money from a treasury into them, because I think it's easier for us to put some money in them. They do the work that they've been doing and know how to do in terms of attracting new projects, training the team, developing their code, and we can possibly help them with that rather than us trying to build this from the ground up. So that's another one of the things we're doing. And we're sort of negotiating with 2/3. I'm hearing back from the third one. I had calls with the first two. Yeah, so that's kind of the idea of what we're doing. Also partnering with various big farms, trying to negotiate potential custom vaults on our token, something along those lines, but it's not yielding much in terms of it's a promising avenue. I'm just saying it out of honesty, but I don't think it will actually happen. I think a partnership with another DAO is going to happen, likely to happen. Sorry, it's not going. It's likely to happen, and a partnership with a VC or a launchpad is also likely to happen.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and we also have a partnership with Spirit Swap. We hopefully will be integrating with them closely for our DEX.
Well, that perfect. Well, kind of along the same lines of that, Kurosaki in chat is asking, what will be your initial treasury strategy, i.e. stables, Geom? I know we've got Wrap Memo out there now, Bitcoin. For example, what is your plan to earn yield on your treasury?
Right. So let me talk through the initial composition first, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do to earn yield on it. So we're going to start with Fantom and MIM as base tokens, and with the liquidity on those. So 4 things initially, or 2, depends how you define it, but pure token and L tokens, 2 different versions of each. That's going to be the start. Then we are going to expand into Wrapped Memo and Geom. And those will be sort of 6/4, depending how you define it, biggest things in our treasury. Then we would like to open a position in some kind of farming protocol, yield farming. We will put that position up to a snapshot vote. We will not just do it ourselves and then go ahead with it. It will be a DAO decision. If somebody submits and goes, hey, let's buy 10 Bored Apes, and community votes, I mean, we'll have to do it. We'll do it. No problem. But this is our initial plan. And then after we do that, then we will possibly do this thing where we start the DEX or we start investing into venture capital. So in different proportions. Obviously, by the way, when I say invest in venture capital, I don't tend to drain more than 5% of the treasury or 10% of the treasury, because it just doesn't make sense. We'll completely drain everything. Also, some of my team members are really keen on us implementing a buyback in case something bad happens a couple months down the line, which we might do. But again, it's going to be up to the snapshot vote. We're not just going to do it ourselves without asking the community first.
Okay, perfect. We want to give out another pizza?
Yeah, sure. Let's get to. I was about to give it to Odin because I thought it's another Odin. No, turns out it's my colleague Odin. How about to somebody called Panda Yang?
Panda Yang. All right, Panda Yang. Perfect. I saw there was a question in chat. I know myself, and I know a lot of folks in the community play in the OM world, the fork world, but we also, a lot of us are, in the NFT world. So PV Mahalache, I hope I said that right, asks, will the initial NFT offering be the only one that's planned, or will more goods be planned, or I guess additional NFTs minted?
Okay, so we have enough. We have quite a few more NFTs than we are selling in terms of the drawn pictures from the artists. In terms of launching more sales or launching more NOs, I I would say this is probably one-off I know from us because we can't really do a pre-sale of a token twice. But when we expand into other chains, when we enable our cross-chain capability, each one of those things will be paired with an NFT sale. The numbers might change, maybe less, maybe more, maybe different rewards, maybe the same ones. It's nothing set in stone, so I'm not promising anything. But it's very likely, again, I'm managing expectations here. It's very likely we will have another NFT sale when we will pair it with the launch on another chain. And also, I forgot to mention when I was talking about the DEX, is that at the moment the NFTs have boosts and improvements on the staking and bonding. They will also have certain benefits when it comes to the DEX. Something like lower fees or better exchange bond, something like that. It will be there. NFTs you have, they will give you a lot of benefit in our DAO. So and they are accessible. Like 500 NFTs, the starting price is $300. It's well, 100 something FTM. FTM is pumping in price. Just off the bat, if Fantom, I wake up tomorrow and Fantom is like $6, I will half the price of NFTs. So don't worry about it. It will remain accessible for you when the auction starts, which is in a little over a week.
So
and we still have the whitelist.
Okay, perfect. So explain to us a little bit real quick. I know we just brought in Panda Cake for a voice question. Real quick with because we've got the NFT auction going on right now. Can we go into details a little bit about how more that works and kind of what bonus perks you're going to get?
All right. So NFT auction is going to start on, let me give you the exact date. It's going to start, sorry, I'm bad with the calendar days. I can never remember. I just know it's Monday next week. Apologies for the delay. It's going to be 24th of January is the day we start NFT auction. So the way it works, let me talk through the details of the NFTs. We have 3 tiers of NFTs. They are at different price points and they carry different rewards. There's the God NFT, and there's only 10 of them. And if you go to a wonderful deck, it outlines all the information you could ever possibly want to know about them. So God tier NFT, its starting bid is about $10,000, depending on the price of Fantom on the day. The allocation size carried with it is also around the same. Also, what it does is it gives you a 5% staking boost and a 5% bonding boost. Then we also have the second tier, which we call deity tier. There's 200 of them, 20 as much, and its starting bid is 420 Fantoms. And base allocation size is a bit bigger. It's 640. It's on a 1-to-1 ratio. It's 640 Fantoms. And the boosting on it is 2.5% staking, 5% bonding. And we have the lowest tier, which is 540. Right? Those are the cheapest ones, around $300 starting bid price, with about up to 1K allocation size in US dollars. Again, depends on the Fantom price on the day. Boosts it has is only bonding, no staking boosts, only bonding. But those are very accessible, and I think you can purchase as many as you want. You can buy as many NFTs as you want. You're not limited to 1 or 2 or whatever. There are some caps though on it, and the cap is you can only accumulate if you buy, let's say, 5 God tier NFTs. If you're crazy rich or something, you will get only 25% staking. So if you have 6 God tier NFTs, it will still have 25% staking boost and still 25% bonding boost. It will not be any more beneficial than, so that people don't, so that one person with millions of tokens doesn't buy up all the NFTs. This is why we're doing it. And there's also a maximum total allocation, which is capped at something like, I don't know, $60,000. It's pretty big. So this is what is going to happen. We're going to start the auction. Day 1, we're only going to be selling God tier NFTs. They're going to be one after the other, 24 hours non-stop, so 2.4 hours for each NFT. If somebody bids in the last 3 minutes, the auction for that NFT gets extended by 3 minutes. The reason we're doing this is because if a bot or somebody sets up a bot to buy or place a bid at the very last second of the auction, a human being can still potentially beat the bot. So that, yeah, it's a fair launch system where a bot cannot possibly win a human being unless the bot is ready to spend more than a human. Then what happens day 2 is we start the next tier, and there'll be around 10 to 15 being sold in parallel, going in cycles again, 24/7 non-stop. And after that, it's going to be day 2 and day 3 is going to be second tier, and then for the rest of the week, for 4 days, it's going to be demigod tier NFTs being sold for, again, about 10-15 in parallel, auctioned off with the same rules. Yeah, with the same extension, etc. So you'll have a whole week to find the time of day or night to purchase your favorite NFT, and you'll also be able to see them and pick the ones you like. So this is the auction. Then what happens after the auction is actually pretty cool. I'm quite proud of this idea. I don't know if you're gonna guys like it. I love it. The idea is we're gonna have a lottery, and the lottery is gonna have different kind of prizes on each NFT. And we have gold, silver, and bronze prizes, and then no prize. Gold prize is 10% of all NFTs within each tier. So for gold tier, it's only one NFT that's going to get the gold. Yeah, 10% of 10, 1. So one NFT is going to be gold. And what happens is those people who got gold on their NFT will not have to buy their allocation. It will be airdropped. 10% of the people in this INO will get their tokens for free after buying the NFT. Then we'll have the silver prize. So there will be silver god, silver deity, demigod. You get it. Like those are things orthogonal to each other. And the silver prize is 50% increase on the allocation. So if you bought demigod tier, your allocation is 640, increase it by 50%, you're going to get 960 phantoms, right? So it's quite a significant growth on your base allocation. And you can buy as much as you want, up to that amount. You can buy one phantom, and you can buy a whole 960 phantom worth of eddies. Eddies is going to be sold at $1, by the way. And then we'll have the bronze, and bronze is the same thing, but instead of 50%, 25% boost. And in total, 80% of the NFTs will get some kind of benefit, right? Only 20% of the NFTs participants in the auction will get no increase on their base prices. But they'll still get the NFT that carries lots of benefits. You get eddies at the pre-sale price, you get sticking bonding boosts, potentially benefits down the line, and also the NFT itself looks pretty slick. So it's going to be, I think, quite interesting if people like it. Hopefully, people appreciate how unusual this dynamic is.
No, I can appreciate the additional element
it's
of
a
the
bit complex
NFTs.
to get if you're looking at it for the first time, I think. But if you sort of stay with it, you see how there's lots of benefits to the people.
Absolutely.
And it's completely randomized. The lottery is going to be a contract. We have no control over it. There's going to be a one-off transaction that we're going to run, and yeah, it's going to print out the winners. Like, we have no control over it. We have no way of rigging it. You guys can check it.
Okay.
Yeah, and what else is there? There's also the white list. I haven't talked about the white list, how it's different to everything else. So white list, it's the lowest tier NFT sold at the starting bid price. So if you're worried that the auction is going to be very popular and you're worried that you might not be able to get a chance to buy it, you should try and get the white list, which you can get in our Discord and different contests. And we're giving out 5 of those today. And yeah, you get if you get whitelisted, you just submit your address to us in a Google form, and we'll sell you one of the NFTs at a fixed price, and will be just as if you had bought it from an auction. And yeah, we're conducting that sale in a week on Sunday.
All right, so get your bids in, folks. Panda Cake, what you got for us?
Oh, hi. Yeah.
Hi there.
My question was just, since you're adding in extra mechanics to this, like the NFT, the staking benefits and all that, do you plan on getting a proper security audit after you launch?
like I said, somebody from the Olympians is doing the review. Well, we're negotiating the price of the review of the code. Proper security audit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie; these people are not the smartest folks. Security firms. What's the big one? Paladoc, something like that. Yeah, they're not the brightest bunch. They overlook so much. Like, I've been rug pulled on the protocol that they said is 100% secure. So, it's I don't see that much benefit to it, frankly, because we as a development team are not going to learn much. Maybe the community will calm down and feel secure about it, and after we raise money, we'll have money to spend. So we might be able to do it, but I frankly don't see much benefit and point. We've done so many tests on our testnet; it's crazy. Like, this protocol has been tested in and out, upside down. We've been bashing it left and right for several weeks now. It is good. It is good.
Okay, right. But as having an outside perspective on your code is useful, which is why you're asking Indy, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's why we're asking Indy, and we'll see what the price he gives, and that will determine whether we go with it or not. Maybe if the price is too high, we'll audit it afterwards when we have the money. But we don't think hiring somebody like a firm is actually beneficial. Somebody like Indy is, but the firm probably not.
Okay, thanks.
Cool, thanks, Panda. And remember, if anybody wants to come up on stage, just raise your hand and we can pull you up here. Let's go into chat again. Let's look for. We've got another question. So OX Jahan is asking, which I think a lot of people, just kind of given the current status of kind of the market that we're in right now, so is asking, what plans do you, so marketing, and after the initial launch, what plans do you have to maintain the excitement after the IDO launches, to keep that price and momentum going and your community active?
So we are partnered at the moment with Creator DAO. They are main marketing powerhouse, as well as myself and Odin and one other person who is not here at the moment. We're the main marketing powerhouse. We are scheduling so many AMAs, so many partnerships, trying to get them. We're not getting them yet. We're trying to get them. So that's what we're trying to gain momentum at the moment. Like, there's a lot of work going behind the scenes that I appreciate the users sometimes don't see. And until I started doing this, I know it was like, oh, the protocol is silent. They're probably not doing anything. Actually, when the protocol is silent, that means they're doing a lot of stuff probably behind the scenes. They just don't have the time to sort of communicate and respond to them. So those marketing plus partnerships are those two sort of big dogmas, two pillars upon which we hopefully will generate a lot of hype. Because we've developed the protocol, we have all the contracts ready. We're already building the next stuff. So like, the time you guys, like all of the tertiary users who haven't heard of us until after the launch appreciate about us, we'll be launching new things. Like, we have a schedule packed with new launches all the time. And I suppose that is, we have like underpinning fundamental for an interest, right? Things being launched. Partnerships as a way of extending into other communities to hear about us, as well as benefiting each other. That's the second aspect of marketing or generating hype, whatever you want to call it. And the third aspect is we have the Creator DAO working with us, generating content that we don't have time to generate. Like, they've made sick videos, they've made amazing articles, lots and lots of Twitter threads. These guys are awesome. You have to check out their content. They're communicating some of the sort of things we have in our protocol better than we do.
That's great.
I hope that answers the question.
No, I think so. Time for another pizza winner?
Yeah, let's go with actually whoever was the person that asked this question.
That would have been OX.
OX, yeah, let's go with him.
Perfect. All right, Max3518. Welcome to the stage. Ask away.
Hi, thank you for this AMA, as usual. Very helpful. My question is that the Phantom chain. I've seen a
Yep.
lot of projects going on there, and a lot of DAOs are gonna pop there, and some of them will also migrate.
Yep.
How do you think is your best strategy to compete with these projects and to acquire a bigger portion of the market?
Right. So if you think in terms of market shares, Fantom is the most rapidly growing market for DeFi customers at the moment. They have, I think yesterday, there was 450 million US dollars moved onto Fantom. And this is the trend we saw at the beginning of the Avalanche hype, where there's hundreds of millions of dollars being moved every day. So more projects coming onto Fantom is not a harmful thing for us. It's a beneficial thing for us because it means there's more users coming from Binance Smart Chain, from Avax, from Ethereum, Optimism, I don't know, Arbitrum, whatever chain is your favorite ones, there will be more and more people coming to Fantom. And why is Fantom so good? Fantom is absolutely amazing. Their energy consumption of the entire blockchain is less than one household in the United States in terms of energy consumption. Compare that to Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So that's one thing. Second thing, super fast. Time to finality, not the fastest one on the market, but top 10 easily, right? Transactions completed in seconds. Second thing, it's secure because you have to complete finality before you go into the next block. It doesn't allow you to. It prevents a lot of possible security issues that Solana, for example, experiences. Third aspect is it's cheaper. Like all these things, like BSC, AVAX, they're all cheap. But Fantom is nearly 100 times cheaper. Most of the cases, 10 times cheaper. That's not a significant number. Of course, for some people, it's 5 cents or like 500th of a cent, 500th of a dollar, right? 1/20th of a cent. I mean, it's very little money. You don't notice it draining your account, but that's a big difference if you scale up. So that's another thing that's good about Fantom. And last thing is, if you look at its market cap, and then you look total value locked or money moved into it, and you look at the ratio of the two. So total value locked to market cap, it has the lowest one in the market, 6 times lower than Avax, 12 times lower than Ethereum. I don't know, that sounds like 15 times lower than Binance Smart Chain. Like it's crazy how much money is yet to be moved into Fantom before it becomes the chain of DeFi 2.0, 3.0, 1.0, etc. Like Fantom is really good. It's going to be growing, and the more people come in, it's better for us. Like it doesn't harm us, and the more people come, the more people we can partner with, without having the pain of going through cross chain. Right, and if it's somebody from Avax coming to Fantom, we partner with them in Fantom, and when we launch to Avax, we already have an established partnership for us to expand further. I think it's a good thing for us. Do you have any follow-ups for that question? I'm happy to discuss this. I think it's quite interesting.
I'm glad to hear that. That means that you are open to collaborations with one of these projects.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if there's somebody from a big DAO sitting here in admin, please ping me. I'm happy to talk to anybody. Like we are partnering with anybody we can. Like we are there to join forces with other projects. We're stronger together.
Yeah, that's the attitude that we want to hear. Thank you.
Well, great. And if you see any questions in chat that just kind of speak out to you, I'm just kind of going through and reviewing some of these as well and trying to get to some of the questions from our audience. Let's see. Looks like Kebenik108 is asking a question. Are you planning any price discovery phase of your launch, like a copper launch or batch auction? Which I think that kind of, you talked about that with the NFTs for the auction.
Yeah, we're not doing a copper launch. We're not doing liquidity bootstrapping pool. We're not doing any of that. Let the market decide. If it drops massively, we'll do a vote and we'll buy it back using the money from the Treasury. Yeah, I think auctions So couple launch, it's good. It's good if you're not doing anything else. I think if couple launch is the only thing you're doing to launch your token, it's good. If you're doing a complex dynamic like us and adding couple launch, oh my god, it's confusing even to us, let alone you guys, right? If it confuses us to integrate all of those things, like I don't see much point. Another problem with couple launch, it is susceptible to malicious and accidental errors. Do you guys remember Olympus DAO? That $60 million rug pull was on couple launch. Have you guys been following the Atom DAO? They had a problem with couple launch a couple days ago. There was some kind of contract issue. I don't know exactly what happened there. Thankfully, we love the Atom DAO. They're good guys. They've returned all the money they raised to the people, and they're relaunching on Monday. So yeah, it can cause problems. So we decided not to put our toes into something we don't really know how to use, or even if people know how to use it and they still get errors with it, we don't see much point. Like, it's too much risk for us and for the user. So true market discovery through buying it on SushiSwap, I think, or selling it, depending on how you're going to define it. It's up to you guys. Well, up to you. I mean, the whole community, the whole market.
You know, I agree. I mean, we've seen them, with Acclaima. We saw it with Rome. We've seen a lot of them. Cyber did the same thing where they've got a secondary market. I'm kind of a proponent of let the market do what the market does. With that said,
with Acclaima, I remember. Yeah, somebody set up they just bought $1 million worth of Acclaima and they set up their own pool to sell it.
Right, exactly. So with that though, I do have a question because I see this asked a lot, and I see a lot of people talking about it in Discord and in Telegram. You guys gonna have any vesting? So if you buy the auction,
yeah, I got the question. There's no vesting for the user. User can sell it immediately if they want to. It's just the reason we're not doing vesting is we can change it, but it's like if you got your tokens from the sale, from the auction, right? And you couldn't have gotten those tokens unless you also bought the NFT. NFT already gives you lots of benefits to use those tokens. So why not use them, right? You're gonna have the staking boosts or bonding boosts, and you're probably gonna have to use tokens to get those benefit from those boosts that we've given you. I think you guys can decide however you want to do it. Like you can sell the tokens, you can keep the NFT and wait until 6 months time the secondary market for the NFTs goes up and sell that, or you can take the whole opportunity of our protocol. You get the tokens. If you got the lowest tier NFT, you put some more money in it, or you sell half. You get the LP bond, and you benefit, and you benefit more than the people who will come after the launch, who are schmucks who didn't participate in the auction, and you're going to be getting more money than them. So why not do that? This is why we're not doing vesting for them. There is a vesting for the team. So we're giving ourselves some tokens. It's only 10%, and it's going to be vested for 6 months with a 2-month cliff. So first 2 months, no tokens unlocked, and after 2 months, it's going to be a linear unlock until full unlock in 6 months for us, for our tokens. But only in Fantom. When we launch another ones, it's going to be different there.
Okay. I think you made a lot of people very happy. The last few vesting drops, the last few days, prices dropped under vesting price initial buy-in. So a lot of people felt a little sore about that. So I'm just even looking in chat, and there's some folks who are very happy about just letting the market be the market. But I do think you are onto something with your NFT. I mean, you buy the NFT, you get the bonus points. With that, you want to go buy the token. And it sounds like the NFT may be coming part of a collection later down the line. You just kind of touched on.
So, when we mint it for the auction, it's going to be a collection on Arteon.io automatically, right? You're going to see it there. And guys, if you want, you can sell your NFT straight away. I'm not making you keep it. It's completely up to the user, however you guys want it. And if there is a secondary market for NFTs, well, I'm happy I created something that more people want to buy than the initial participants. But I think it's foolish because so one thing is, if you buy the NFT from the auction and we haven't launched the pre-sale yet, for example, let's say it's Tuesday, you bought the data tier NFT, and I don't know, it's now Thursday, or the data tier on, you're like, haha, I'm gonna sell my NFT with the allocation to somebody. Yeah, if you buy it and you sell it to somebody else, or if you buy it but not from us, you will not get your allocation of tokens. You have to keep it until the pre-sale is complete. You don't have to participate in the pre-sale, but you can only participate in the pre-sale if you buy from the auction. So, and if after the pre-sale happens, you want to sell your NFT, you feel free to do that. We will have a small percentage of, I don't know, something like 10% going back to us to feed the treasury for the secondary market. But we will not be insisting that people keep or sell them. It's up to the user, I'd say. But we will be expanding the collection, so maybe I don't know how that secondary market is going to work. If let's say there's a secondary market appearing, and the prices are growing, and I release the news that the second collection is coming, does it mean the price is going to drop, or is it going to be even higher? I don't know. I'm curious to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, and it makes sense. If you're the first minter of that NFT, you'd be the one to reap the benefits of the bonus, versus if you resell it on the secondary market, the new owner shouldn't really be able to come in and be like, hey, I've got this new NFT that's to be flipped, and now give me the bonuses.
But to be clear, if you sell the NFT, you'll still have staking and bonding boosts. It's just the pre-sale part that you're not going to participate in. I hope that makes sense.
Nope, that absolutely makes sense. And actually, while we're on the NFT, Lucius is asking, who is the NFT artist? So I think he probably got a sneak peek at those as well.
Right, yeah. So I think you've seen some of them. We've been posting them on Twitter. They're in our banners, whatever. There's 6 gods. So the artist is a humble designer from somewhere that's 8 time zones away from where I live. I'm not going to say where I live. I'm not going to say where the artist lives. She's a very nice girl. She's a hardworking. She designed almost everything. She's done almost everything. It's just a couple of backgrounds that then we added. All the detail, she made it. She's done also amazingly quick. Like, she made more than, well, however many we have, like 600 now. Nearly 600 NFTs in less than 3 weeks. It was 2.5, I think. She made the whole collection, and it's beautiful work. I am talking, so she knows what we're doing. She was paid for her work very well. She's also like curious how it's going to play out, and I don't know if she's going to sort of join the community and then participate, maybe create her own Twitter and then expand into it. By the way, she's her first time doing NFTs. She's done lots of visual design before, but not for NFTs. And she's very curious to break into this market. And if you want to help her, please buy our NFTs. The better we do, the better she does. The better she does down the line.
Oh no, that's great. Does she receive royalties on first, secondary, and third sales of her NFT? Because yeah, they are pretty sweet.
She will receive a bonus, not a percentage royalty.
Okay.
But yeah, she's likely to receive a bonus if we do well.
That makes sense. All right. Well, I know we've kind of gone on for about an hour. Do you want to give out some more pizza party awards, and then maybe take a few more questions?
Let's give a whitelist to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Max, I liked your question about Fantom. I'm going to give you a whitelist. Unless you have one already. Max 3518. You have on the whitelist, yeah. DM me or DM Odin, and we'll give you your whitelist in our Discord.
Congrats, Max. Boom. All right. And again, remind everybody, if you want to come up on the stage, you have a question you want to ask the Lord, you certainly can just raise your hand. We'll bring you up on the stage. And let's see, what other... Oh, charities. I know I was reading something through your...
post yesterday.
Your white paper. Yeah, it was posted just recently. So yeah, talk to us more about how Divine Creatures is going to be supporting charities, because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that has come to crypto in the last year or so. Well, it's always been around, but I think it's getting bigger in the last year. Probably mostly for tax reasons, but it's still a good thing. So we are donating 10% of anything we raise from the auction and pre-sale combined. We are donating that to Global Heritage Fund. They are kind of like associated with UNESCO, but not really part of it. They're kind of like independent entity, but they partner with them. What they do is they go to parts of the world that have been overlooked, that have amazing, well, cultural heritage, but I mean, architecture, sculptures, ancient buildings, ancient cities. So, example of their work is recently, I don't know if you remember, in 2015 there was a horrible earthquake, like 7.5 points in magnitude or something like that, in Nepal, and it ruined a lot of these beautiful palaces and places of worshiping of local people that are just unique. There's about 100 people living there, preserving that, and a lot of it was heavily damaged by the earthquake. And they did a lot of work restoring that, and they do work across the world: Latin America, Europe, Africa, Southeast Asia, more East Asia, wherever you want to go, indigenous people, Polynesia, etc. They go literally across the world to do lots of the good stuff, and they accept donations directly in crypto. We will be donating to them on chain in Fantom very easily. They accept Fantom. Guys, if you like them, please do donate as well. And I'll just give a short overview why we're doing it, why we chose sort of cultural aspects of donations. So there have been people donating to climate change, or not donating, but building on the aspect, built on with the fundamental idea of helping battle climate change, like Klima, like Diatom DAO, right? Klima has base carbon tons as bonds. Diatom DAO has, what's it called? Plastic reduction score or plastic reduction something. It may be slipping my mind. PRCs they're called, where you bond them to get the token. And yeah, they help save the ocean. Klima helps fight climate change. I know it's controversial. Some people hate him. Some people love it. Richard Hart, whatever you think of him, he did donate $27 million to the medical charity. So there's lots of good things happening. And we thought those are nice things and more people should do them, but we should bring awareness to things that are overlooked. And one of those aspects is cultural heritage. And we see that as some parts of the world get more developed, bigger, richer, other parts of the world, not necessarily as a result, sometimes just coincidental, get damaged and they become poor. And the places that used to give people meaning and are continuing to give people meaning, right? It's cathedrals, it's temples, it's statues, it's lost it's almost complete cities that people forgot about, that didn't touch for thousands of years. But those are things that gave people meaning, right? Those things that people have donating, they enable people to live. This makes a life worth living, all those cultural aspects. And we thought, well, crypto is so unique in its own culture, right? All these memes, DAOs, like private discussions, it's almost like a complete new language, right? If you talk to a real person who's never heard of crypto in like crypto-like language with WAGMI and I don't know, when launch, whatever you want to do that. If you talk to them like that, they'll think you're crazy. But to some people, it's such a big part of their lives in crypto, right? I don't know about you guys. I've been in crypto for a couple of years now. It's difficult for me to imagine life without. It's not necessarily the only part of my life, but it's a pretty big one. And I like it. And I think a community that is creating its own culture of the future should help restore the lost cultures and preserve the endangered ones or threatened ones. So that's the idea.
Nice. Well, speaking of charities, which is, I got to say, this is fantastic. Not a lot. I mean, a handful of projects do give back to the community. And so I can always appreciate when they're like, hey, we're successful, so we're going to absolutely help out a charity. So I think that's an amazing roadmap that you've just kind of laid out in terms of where you're going to be giving back money. So thank you for doing that. With charity, do we want to give out some whitelist or some pizza?
Let's give another whitelist. Let's give it to you, Lucius Paplicola. It's because you also have a god in your avatar. You're gonna get a whitelist.
All right, congratulations, Lucius. All right, let's see. I think we've got. I guess we'll ask another question. We'll kind of wrap things up a little bit, unless you've got any final thoughts for us. Kind of going through the questions in here. Yeah, thanks. Daps posted the Global Heritage Fund link in the chat, so everybody can go through and they can review that. So, what does everything look like? So, in the crypto market, right? Those of us that have been in for a while, a week in the crypto world is like 2 years. What does Divine Creatures look like in 1 to 3 months?
It looks like we're gonna have a. I don't want to overpromise. Hopefully, we'll have it actually in 3 months at the very least. Possibly launched on Avalanche as well. Those are two things we're aiming to get done in 3 months from after the pre-sale is completed. In terms of bull market, bear market, it's the problem is it's becoming each of these. So if you try to break down the market development and price movements into those binary things, right? The phase where mostly falling bear market, mostly growing bull market. Each of these phases is growing, right? It's getting longer in time, and the each day becomes a slower percentage of growth as well, or appears to be at least. Some people disagree with it, but I think it's pretty obvious to me. Yeah, we've been growing with some ups and some downs, but we haven't seen an 80% move down yet. So that's what, if that happens, we know we're in the bear market. It's only been sort of 30-40% moves that are not unprecedented, even in the bull market. I don't know. I hope it continues. The thing is, like, you need to see, like, for a true bear market to start, I think you need to see a very rapid rise very quickly. I don't think we're seeing that. We're seeing drops and then bouncing back. So we're like kind of in this limbo. It's almost, I think somebody told me it's called a kangaroo cycle, where it goes up and down, but roughly remains in the same place. So I think we're in the kangaroo cycle of the market. I'm gonna go with that answer.
I can go with that. Yeah, and of course, I think yesterday all the pundits were talking about all these death crosses that we were, the sky's falling, and but I know we've got a lot of TAs in our group that talk about a lot of that. A little over like TA, but it's not my forte. But let's see.
I build stuff. If I'm lucky enough that it happens in the bulls, while all the market is also pumping up, I'm happy. A project can do well in the bear market as well, and a project that does well in the bear market tends to stay until the next bull cycle. So I'd say it's not a reason not to launch if it appears to be like a slight bear market.
No, I agree, and from everything, I think most of us watch the TAs, or at least have a familiarity with them. And like I said, we've seen 30. I think at the most we had like a 50% drop. So I personally believe we're not there yet, but again, I think most of us are keeping an eye on market conditions.
Yeah, it's a kangaroo cycle. I'm gonna go for
kangaroo cycle. I'm gonna start using that as well. Well, great. I'm not seeing a whole lot of other questions in the chat, so I believe we usually try to keep these things to an hour. Do you have any parting words for the group, or anything else you want to give away?
I don't know. Okay, so for the rest of the giveaway, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask some questions, and the best answers to that, I'm going to give you the prizes. Because I think no matter what we do, no matter what we come up with, I think community as a big group can come up with a lot more insightful ideas than us on our own. And several questions we want to do is, one is, who do you want us to partner with next? I'm open to anything. And two is, for those of you who have seen our Discord and played there a bit within some fishing games or communicated, submitted their memes, whatever, what do you think is missing to sort of give us more hype, more momentum, more activity? Those two questions. What gives our Discord more activity, and who do you want us to partner with? Best answers will get prizes.
All right, I am there. The chat is filling up, man. I'm trying to keep up with some of these. Got some good ones in here. Some interesting ones as well. We got some folks who definitely know who is some of the big players
Oh,
out in the market.
I see somebody saying B33. Well,
Yeah, I saw
I
that
want,
one too.
I want to see the code first. I want to see the code first, and then maybe we can talk about that. But that's a good answer.
Yeah, that's been a big one. I think all eyes are on that one right now, and we're all
Yeah,
trying
I
to
know.
wrap our
This is why
around.
we also kind of delayed the launch. We're like, let that hype over, and then we'll launch. We don't want to distract. We don't want people to be distracted by that.
Let's see. We've got Redacted, which is an interesting one.
Redact.
Olympus, Fantom DAO, Roman Hector.
We are partnered with Spirit Swap. Come on, man. Spirit Swap is on our multisig.
Yeah, I mean, that's the right answer. Somebody put in Spirit Swap. There you go, winner.
Yeah.
See.
Frax is a good idea.
Yeah, Frax.
Cartel, yeah.
Let's see. You got the Frax one here.
Yeah, Frax is good. A couple of people got Frax. Roman Hector. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do with Rom. They're on a chain that weren't planning to expand to yet.
Yeah,
Hector.
a lot of folks are.
Yeah, I don't think Hector
Moonbeam's
likes
interesting.
I think Hector. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think Hector stole a couple of our ideas. I think Hector is monitoring us to release the code so they can copy it. I'm gonna be honest, because they released the roadmap of NFT boosts a couple days after we announced it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, their base code does not allow to do that. They will have to change the protocol to do that. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is several professional Solidity developers have told me that it is impossible to use current Hector DAO code to have staking and bonding boosts on NFTs. So I have no idea how they're gonna do that. Just so you know. Pixel DAO. What do Pixel DAO do? I've never heard of them. Yeah, Pixel DAO, Poker, Uno. Yeah, okay. I'll add Poker and Uno. I like that. Whoever said Poker and Uno, I will give you. You get in whitelist. Your name is Near.
Near gets a whitelist. Boom. Winning on a Saturday, or maybe even Sunday, for some folks.
Yeah. CCF or FI. Never heard of CCFI or FI. Sorry, apologies for my ignorance. Fantom Foundation. Yeah, we were looking into applying for grants, but we need the Treasury first.
That makes sense.
What else? How many do we have left? I lost count. How many do we have to give out yet?
I actually, let's see. We've given out pizza 3. So we've given out 3 pizzas and 3 whitelists.
All right, Xerox Punk, you're gonna get a whitelist. Your answer is quite broad. No, sorry, not broad. It covers a lot of aspects. You're gonna get one.
Punk, okay.
Odin, are you here? Odin, do you want to give out somebody a pizza? Odin, you pick. You pick who gets the next 2 pizzas. Okay, Odin is here. He's gonna help me. Thank you, Odin.
We bring Odin up to the stage.
Nothing. It's okay. I think he'll text.
Okay.
Or if he wants to join the stage, it's up to him.
Yeah, I can grab him real quick. Let me.
I'm good. Okay.
Let's see. Doesn't let me add.
Okay, he doesn't want to go up stage. It's okay. Is he gonna give out pizzas? I don't know. I should probably text him.
Oh, there we go. He's in chat. So Odin is gonna give out some pizza too. Party, pizza party.
Did he just give out pizza to Muhammad 75? I don't get it.
Did he?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Muhammad 65 got some. The Hector
75. Yeah.
got some
Muhammad
pizza.
with a T at the end.
Okay, Muhammad got some pizza, and we
Yeah,
got another one.
Yeah, come on, Odin. Another pizza. V33 idea is good, but we don't know what it is yet. Like, if anybody knows, it's the person who has built it, and he's not letting us know what it is. I haven't seen it. Until we see the code, we don't know what it is.
Yeah, I've been following that one very closely as well, and sort of figured it. Well, I'm not gonna say I have figured it out, but it's you're getting little snippets here and there, and so it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah. It's definitely getting a lot of hype. What is V33? It's check out Andrew Conje, I hope I pronounced it correctly, and Daniel's Twitters. There's lots of info there. It's not very obvious what it is from their publishing, from what they publish, but to my understanding, it's like an NFT that is at the same time a vested bond. It's something like that. We'll see how it's gonna be. To Cactus, who's Cactus? What did Cactus say? I don't mind not giving it to him. I just want to know what they said at least before I announce it. Maybe partner up with Tom Finance. Tom Finance. Okay, yeah, that's a good answer.
All right, so we're giving out to Cactus. Is getting a whitelist or a pizza?
Let's go with last pizza. Right.
Pizza.
And then so we have one more whitelist to be given out, correct?
I believe so.
Right. Okay, let me reread through the answers.
We've given out a whitelist to OX Punk for the Frax answer, Near for the Poker and Uno answer, and then those are the ones that we were getting out for there, and we've given out a couple other whitelists for questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see a bit if you don't mind. We still have time, right? Geist Finance. What do they do? How can we partner with them? Panda Yang, what did you suggest before I pick you? Oh man, the chat is exploding. I can't keep up. I'm gonna put more MMAs with you guys. Oh, that's cute. Lending Borrowing Protocol. Yeah, there we go. That deserves a whitelist. Ivanche, you got it. You got the whitelist. Ivanche. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ava Fork and Fantom. Yep.
Okay,
That's good. That's good.
Whitelist.
Lots of good ideas. Whitelist. Man, you got it.
All right. Well, perfect. So, man, awesome.
So everybody who's gotten the prize, DM either me or Odin, but not both of us. Otherwise, we'll get confused and think you're a scammer or something. DM one of us trying to claim your prize. We'll sort you out and explain how it's going to work.
Sounds great. Well, I just want to say thank you very much again for stopping in and hanging out with our community today. I think we had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we did. Definitely did. Yeah, I think I love your community, guys. I think I love the fact that it's very specialized in what you guys do, and as a result, you guys are very active and you're up there with the momentum. What's fashionable in the market? What the kids up to? You know it all. So, yeah, it's been great. So I think we have another AMA in several days with a Korean community called Gobino Crypto. It's going to be in English, but all the community is Korean. I don't know if you guys want to join it. But then we'll have another one called Fantom Apes on Friday before the pre-sale. So we have two AMAs scheduled for this week. But we will, let's keep in touch. I think I have to run now.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by and wish you guys the very best on your upcoming launch. And we've got all the material linked in our socials, so our group can go through and peruse those. And on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in for another successful AMA. And everyone, go forth, be awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys. Goodbye, good luck.
All right.
Come join our Discord.